9th, 2025 Pleasant Ridge City Commission meeting to order. Could we have the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we have roll call?
Mayor Scott,
Here.
Commissioner Budnick,
Here.
Commissioner Lenko,
Here.
Commissioner Perry,
Here.
Commissioner Schmier.
Here.
All right, let's talk about the certification of the election.
It is certified. Yeah, so there were 583 ballots cast in this general election. Total number of registered voters during this election was 2,421. And we did receive our official certification and election report from the Oakland County Board of Canvassers with a big gold star on it.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you guys.
And thanks to everyone that helped during our last election. It went very smoothly. All right, may we have a motion?
Mayor, I move the official certification and election report of the November 4th city general election be received and filed.
Second.
May we have a vote?
Of course. Get a pen.
Do you need a pen?
You're welcome.
Doing a great job. All right. Got it. Commissioner Lenko,
Yes.
Commissioner Schmier,
Yes.
Commissioner Budnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Perry,
Yes.
Mayor Scott.
Yes, the motion carries. All right, I guess we get sworn in.
Yes.
Yes.
Brett, you, Mayor Scott, you are first. Gotta take a picture.
This is crazy.
Repeat after me. I, Brett Scott, do solemnly swear
I, Brett Scott, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Pleasant Ridge City Charter and City Code,
the Pleasant Ridge City Charter and City Code,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of mayor.
of the office of mayor,
And I will endeavor to secure and maintain
and I will endeavor to secure and maintain
an honest and efficient administration
an honest and efficient administration
of the affairs of the city of Pleasant Ridge,
of the affairs of the city of Pleasant Ridge,
free from partisan distinction or control,
free from partisan distinction or control,
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my abilities. Thank you. Thank you.
You get this.
Ooh.
Certificate of election.
Yeah.
I knew.
Is that from the county?
Yep,
Thank you.
they never sent me.
Wow. Who would have thunk it?
Good job.
Commissioner
Hold it up.
Schmier,
Nice.
Katie.
I'm nervous.
Me too. Don't mess this up. Okay, to the best of my ability, we'll do it.
Yeah.
I, Katie Schmier, do solemnly swear
I, Katie Schmier, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Pleasant Ridge City Charter and City Code,
the Pleasant Ridge City Charter and City Code,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of City Commissioner,
of the office of City Commissioner,
and I will endeavor to secure and maintain
and I will endeavor to secure and maintain
an honest and efficient administration.
an honest and efficient administration
Of the affairs of the city of Pleasant Ridge,
of the affairs of the City of Pleasant Ridge,
free from partisan distinction or control,
free from partisan distinction or control,
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my abilities. Thank you.
Congrats.
Oh, do I get the certificate?
Do.
Oh, great. Please don't, thank you, please don't post that.
Go
picture.
Alex. Go
Let's
Alex.
see, Katie.
Okay, now I want you to look at this.
Yeah.
I, Alex Lenko, do solemnly swear
I, Alex Linko, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Pleasant Ridge City Charter and City Code,
the Pleasant Ridge City Charter and City Code,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the Office of City Commissioner,
of the Office of City Commissioner.
and I will endeavor to secure and maintain
I will endeavor to secure and maintain
an honest and efficient administration
an honest and efficient administration
of the affairs of the City of Pleasant Ridge,
of the affairs of the City of Pleasant Ridge,
free from partisan distinction or control,
free from partisan distinction or control,
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my abilities.
Yes.
We need to sign.
You do.
Oh,
I'll get your signature.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Alex. Thank you.
Alex.
Great, color official now.
Excellent.
Do you guys have any words or anything?
Thank you.
Yes, I thank you. Thank you for everyone who came out and voted. And again, thank you for everyone who handled the election, Kirsten and all the volunteers. I mean, it's a big undertaking, especially with those 9 extra days. So thank you to everyone and for everyone who voted.
Yes,
great
thanks.
team.
No, it's an honor and privilege to serve our community and this group and serve with you all. So,
Yep, likewise. I'm looking forward to the next 4 years. We know that as elected people, the city doesn't run without all of you doing stuff. We're just vessels for everything that you guys want to see done. And it's a true honor, and I'm humbled by being here. So thank you very much.
thank you.
All right. Financial statements. Yes, please.
All right, my name is Dane Porter. I'm a senior manager with Maynard Casterison, and we've recently finished or completed the audit for the city's June 30, 2025 fiscal year. I just wanted to attend tonight and present the results of the audit to you. Go over some of the key financial highlights, focusing mainly on the general fund as being the operating fund of the city. If you have any questions as I go, feel free to stop me. So with that, we'll go and get started. I've prepared some slides here to kind of go over some of the highlights. So start out with the independent auditor's report. So this is the one piece of the financial statements that we consider to be ours. The rest of the financial statements are yours. We've tested your numbers, bound it up as the bound audit reports, that kind of thing, but it is your financial statements. We're just giving our opinion on it. I do like to remind you that the primary objective or the purpose of the audit isn't necessarily designed or intended to detect fraud, but certainly if we were made aware of anything during the audit that we were concerned with, we would share that with you. So the independent auditor's report, this is on pages 1 through 3 of the annual financial statements. I've prepared a few select paragraphs from that report in the next few slides here. So the first section of the independent auditor's report is going to be our opinion section. So we've issued a unmodified opinion. There's no modifications to it. It's the highest level of assurance that we can give that your financial statements are fairly presented in accordance with GAAP. Next slide here. The third section of the independent auditor's report lays out management's responsibility for the financial statements. So management, the commissioners, administration are responsible for the preparation and the fair presentation of the financial statements, which includes the design and the implementation of internal controls. In the next section there, the fourth section on page 2 lays out our responsibility for the financial statements, which is to obtain reasonable assurance about whether the financial statements are free from material misstatements. Again, it's reasonable assurance, not absolute assurance. We don't test everything, but we look at the significant balances and make sure that it's free from material misstatements. So with that, we will look at the governmental funds. So again, we're going to focus on the general fund being the operating fund for the city. Go over some of what we consider to be some of the key financial highlights. The general fund is a fund financial statement, so it's going to be a current resources, short-term focus. It's going to omit such things as capital assets, long-term debt, net pension liability, net OPEB liability, all those long-term items. Should be a familiar presentation that you would see at your monthly meetings. with the financial reports. So first thing we'll look at here is the balance sheet. It's a snapshot of your financial condition on June, as a closed business on June 30, 2025. The total general fund balance, $2,975,318. There are 5 potential classifications of fund balance. The city only reports fund balance in 2 of those classifications. You report fund balance in non-spendable, and then also the unassigned fund balance. The unassigned fund balance is what we consider to be the spendable, the unrestricted, if you will. That represents about 72% of your annual expenditures, which is the GFOA likes to recommend at least 17% as a buffer or a cushion to give yourselves about 2 months of cash flow. So definitely at 72%, you have a nice healthy fund balance. Not necessarily excessive depending on your future capital plans, but again, it's a sound financial condition. Next statement we like to look at is the statement of revenues, expenditures, changes in fund balance for the fiscal year. It's going to be the results of operations for the fiscal year. Total revenues for the year, $4,340,906. That is a increase of about $268,000 from your 2024 level, about a 6.6% increase. Total expenditures, $3,766,873. That's a $232,000 increase over 2024, also a 6% increase, 6.6%. Other financing sources and uses were a net of about $274,875 use of fund balance, so a net expense, if you will. And then the bottom line here is that you added to your fund balance by $299,158. A couple of illustrative pictures, I guess. Looking at the past 5 years, again, looking at just the general fund, the blue bars on the chart here represent your total revenues. The burgundy bars represent your total expenditures, and the yellowish bars represent your total fund balance. So you can see over the past 5 years, you've added to your fund balance in each of the past 5 years. So a nice, healthy upward trend. Next graph is the composition of your general fund revenues. Largest revenue source for the city is property taxes at about 70%. Next largest revenue source is actually a tie between 3 different categories. So intergovernmental, state shared revenue, grants, things like that, charges for services, and other sources, which would include investment earnings, licenses and permits. Actually, licenses and permits are separate. So yeah, mainly interest revenue and other revenue. Those all tied about 9%. Next graph is the composition of the general fund expenditures. Largest expenditure category being public safety at about 48%. Second largest is general government, which would be all the administrative staff essentially, at about 22%, and recreation and culture at about 13%. So everything fairly consistent with the year before. Next graph, look at the unrestricted or the unassigned fund balance as it relates to your annual expenditures. You see begins at 2021 there at about 60%, dips down in 2022 to about 50%, and then over the past few years it's increased back up to about 72%. So again, a nice healthy upward trend. Next graph is going to be that same graph essentially, with the minimum recommended fund balance that the GFOA would like to recommend, the 17% of your annual expenditures. So you can see how your actual fund balance relates to the GFOA's recommendation of a minimum fund balance. The blue representing your actual fund balance, and the red represents what the GFOA would recommend as the minimum fund balance. That's all I plan to go over, but if you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them for you tonight. And if I can't answer them, I'll get back with you with an answer as soon as I can.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions
Indeed.
from anyone?
Nope, nothing further.
No.
Thanks for your help every year. It's always good to see that things are heading in the right direction.
You're welcome. We appreciate the city's help during the audit. Everything went smooth as it has the past few years.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank you for, you really spelled it out to us all really well, and thank you to the city staff for making this all so, the projections are good and lots of hard work. Thank you
Yes.
to get us there.
The increasing numbers are,
It is always so
Yes.
interesting to be able to really see the measurement over the past years and the, what we've been able to accomplish. Thank you.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
yeah, thank you.
All right. May we have a motion?
Mayor, I move the audit of the city's financial statements for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025 be received and filed.
Second?
Could we have a vote?
Commissioner Budnick?
Yes.
Commissioner Lenko?
Yes.
Commissioner Perry?
Yes.
Commissioner Schmier?
Yes.
Mayor Scott?
Yes, the motion carries. All right, public discussion. Please.
Items not on the agenda.
Items not on the agenda.
George Lenko, 32 Oakland Park, and for those who don't know me, former city commissioner. And it's with that reflection that I want to offer kudos to Brett and Katie and Alex for the election, but also to the rest of the commission and the administration. Because when you have an uncontested election and good voter turnout, it means something's going right.
Thank you.
So it's refreshing not to read about any controversies in the newspapers, that things are going well financially and the rest, and kudos to all of you. Also, one other reflection. I've taken a 6-month vacation off of Facebook, so not paid attention to a lot of local stuff. You just get too caught up in stuff. But my wife showed me the comments on the leaf pickup, which were entertaining to say the least. And from my experience living here through 5 mayors, 3 city managers, through DPW doing the work, and Oak Park later doing it contracted, to Brylar doing it now, there's always something that goes wrong. It's inevitable. So, if we're a city that loves trees, we just need to get used to the leaf pickup in the fall. One of the comments in Facebook I just loved was that really to do it better, the city should do a better job getting the leaves to fall earlier or the snow to happen later. And I guess if you can work on that, that would be great. But otherwise, I can promise you one thing. If I could control nature, wouldn't be here. Yeah. Oh, but seriously, like when I sat through budget discussions during my tenure, you always have the question, the leaf pickup's really expensive. Do we need to do it? Not all cities do it. It generates more complaints than probably any other thing that goes on in the city. But let's keep doing the leaf pickup. That's my 2 cents. Thank you all.
Thanks,
Thank you.
George.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ted.
Good evening, Mayor, Commission,
Good evening.
staff, viewers. Ted Zachary from 68 Devonshire. And I have a brief statement about recycling. And I have a little comment about the leaves. I remember making a comment about leaves before. I made a little poem. There's an expense for picking up the leaves. I don't know what it is. But it could be eliminated totally if everybody raked their leaves toward their house so it would surround their house like squirrels do. Bizarre, but something to think about. But anyway, what I wanted to say is about the environment again. Farmers Market. I discovered Farmers Market where on Saturday mornings you could take your table scraps and drop it off. And it's free, there's no charge. And it includes pumpkin. And I couldn't find a pumpkin to grab off somebody else's porch to use as a visual aid. But you can imagine a pumpkin. You could take your pumpkins, and if you add up all the pumpkins in the city, that would be a large weight, which would reduce our cost of picking up leaves and recyclables. Anyway, that's what I thought. Oh, just by the way, American Sign Language is going well on Wednesday morning, and so is storytelling going well on Thursday afternoons. Any questions?
Thank you, Ted.
And congratulations, too.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
It's a lot of work that you do. It's amazing.
Were there any other public comments? Okay, I guess we'll move on to the liaison reports. Commissioner Budnick.
Thank you, Mayor. We have a new face that we
Oh,
have,
yes.
to the Recreation Department. So if now's not a bad time,
No,
okay, come on up and
I'll pop up super quick.
I was gonna say I got your whole bio, but what better? No,
you
what
don't
better?
even have to read that whole thing. You'll read it
Okay.
probably in the Ridger.
All right.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kaya Scott. I've been a resident for about 10, maybe 12 years. I've lived here my whole entire life. I've been a lifeguard for about 9 years. So I've worked at the rec center part-time, but I'm very excited to be working there full-time now as the assistant rec director and the aquatic supervisor. So I'll be looking forward to seeing all your faces this summer. So yes, I'm very excited to be Shawnee's right hand, and it's really nice to meet you all. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Congratulations.
Yes, congrats.
And great work at the holiday celebration.
Oh yeah.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, it's real exciting to see Kaya. It's always a familiar face for me, at least June through August. We see her a lot, and it's great to see her smile. That'll be more permanent one or a more elevated one now, if you will. So congrats.
Thank you.
As the holidays approach, Shawnee and Kaya have a bunch going on. So first on the list, we have the Holiday Movie Series, which is December 15th through the 19th. Showtimes are at 10:30 a.m. and 6 p.m. Got a few great ones here. Monday is Christmas Story. Tuesday is Elf. Wednesday is my personal favorite, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Thursday is Home Alone. And Friday is Die Hard.
That's why it's good on a
Right,
Friday.
it is. Yep. We also have next letters to Santa are due Friday, December 12th. Santa looks forward to hearing from his friends in PR. Mailboxes will be located at the community center and here at City Hall to receive your letters. Include your name and address on the letter so Santa can write back. So get on wishing, and this is open to Pleasant Ridge residents only. There's a half-day fun day coming up, which is Friday, December the 19th, and this is 12:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Join in an afternoon of fun with supervised games, activities, and a healthy snack. The fee does not include lunch, and this is a drop-off event for residents ages 6 and older. We also have a holiday field trip, which is Monday, December the 22nd from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So register for this fun winter day field trip. This one day is designed for residents ages 7 and older. The fee includes a trip chaperone, admission fee, and bus transportation. The trip will be going to Imagine to see Zootopia 2. This includes pizza, lunch, popcorn, and a drink, and outdoor ice skating. So please be sure to send hats, gloves, heavy socks, and a helmet. And Zootopia 2 is really good.
Yeah.
So
I heard good things
Oh,
about
yeah.
it.
yeah, great
Very good.
things. Really some great jokes for the adults out there. It was good. Gingerbread house making is Tuesday, December the 23rd at 10:30 a.m. and the cost is $15. Make your own gingerbread house and keep it. Invite friends to join you for this special event with cocoa and holiday tunes, and this is also a drop-off event. Kids K to 6. And then we already mentioned Kaya, so congrats again. It's so good to have you. And we will be meeting, the Rec Commission meets end of January. It is the last Wednesday of the month. We meet at 7 p.m. at 4 Ridge. And come say hi if you have any thoughts, questions, concerns, come join us.
Thank you.
And that's it.
All right, that's a lot.
Yep.
Any questions for Chris?
It's a lot.
That is, it's fun. Commissioner Perry.
Thank you, Mayor. The Arts Council met on, I wrote it down, November 26th, right here, and we had a great discussion and reviewed more artists and for consideration for the mural on the pole barn down at the DPW barn. Lots of good different options, lots of, everyone's considering this very seriously and trying to, think what's the really the best tone for the community. Very exciting options. Also, Jim was not there, but there was some talk of consideration of Super Fun Art Party 3. And
I
so
look forward to seeing what you come up with.
I know. So that was definitely thought of. And then we will be meeting again December 17th at 4:30 right here. It's a Wednesday. And everything is moving forward. Thank you.
Thanks. Nice.
Thank you.
Any questions? Cool. All right. For the school district, Mark Delaverne of Ferndale Public Schools could not be here tonight, so he left me some notes. Applications are open right now for second semester schools of choice for UHS. So if you're interested, now is the time to apply. Mark your calendars for March 4th. That's going to be the State of the District address for Ferndale Public Schools. They wanted everybody to know that we're heading into that time of the year where the weather might cause schools to close. So stay really tuned in to weather reports and to their own reporting of whether the schools are opened or closed. You're going to hear about a summer Discovery Tech grant partnership that they're working on. And they also just want to let everybody know that December is really busy for the school district. It might not seem that way with people getting ready for the holidays, but they're working on programs and just they're thankful for all the parents of having understanding of how busy the school district is and helping them through that time. And that's all I have for tonight.
Brett,
Yeah.
sorry, I just got word that Ferndale closed school for tomorrow.
Oh, timely.
Right on my.
Right. Awesome.
Manifested that.
I guess.
No, it's a four.
Will that.
All right. Well, thank you.
Snow.
No, I think it's a freezing rain snow thing. All right, we'll move on to Commissioner Lenko.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Planning Commission and DDA did not meet since the last time we've met. Similar to Rec Commission, it's the last week in January. We meet in these chambers on January 26th, 7 o'clock. So expect to continue the ADU conversation. Maybe there's updates on the build at Cambridge, but
Haven't seen anything yet, but we'll see.
Okie doke. All right, and we were worried we need to do like an emergency meeting in between. But anyway, yeah, so it's a commission that meets on a quarterly basis. We'll meet in January and I'll have an update in February.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Last but not least, Commissioner Schmier.
Thank you, Mayor. Historical Commission. So the Historical Museum will be open the 20th. So not this Saturday, the next Saturday. This is the last time this month or this year, that you can come see the Christmas Village. So Carol Boyd and Conrad Stack set it up each year in the museum. It's really great to see. So kids love it. So if you haven't seen it this year, please come to the museum 10 until noon. Again, Saturday the 20th. Also, Historical does have the ornaments, which is seasonally appropriate for your trees. So they're Pewabic tile, Pleasant Ridge ornaments. If you're interested, you can buy them here at City Hall, at the museum, or reach out to me. And the last thing actually I was going to say, just because I'm the last person, is we will have some open positions on Historical, and I know on Rec, and I don't know about DDA, but for anyone interested in getting more involved in January, keep an eye on social media because there will be some openings and we will be looking for applications.
Cool. Thank you. I have a trivia one to add to yours.
Uh-oh.
So during the holiday celebration, several people were looking at a photo on, I guess that's the West Wall.
Oh, yes, me.
It was, the picture's dated 1960, and it's a picture of the old community center.
Mm-hmm.
But we couldn't figure out what roads it is facing. Like it's so different now than what it was then.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't tell what direction the building was because none of us were around in 1960. So use that as an opportunity to come on the 20th, look on the pictures and see if you know which roads are represented in the picture.
Do you have an answer? Do you know the answer?
No, I'm curious.
Oh.
We'll figure it out.
We
We'll
will.
have an answer by the 20th.
It's
but-
interesting because it does look like there's like an industrial building there in
Yeah.
the picture too a little bit, which made me think 10 mile-ish, but the angle, it's confusing.
It's kind of weird. And
So-
there was a crowd of cars around it, and it just made it look strange. So, trivia for tonight.
Yes, and also very cool 1960s cars. Like I think
Yeah.
there was like a VW
Yeah.
bus in the picture. So
Yeah.
You said 10 to 12?
10 to 12 on, December 20th,
Great.
Saturday morning.
All righty.
Thank you.
You're welcome. On to governmental reports. Off camera, they are arm wrestling.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I didn't know that the fire chief was going to be here or not. So first thing on my list for the evening was the fire hydrants. If you have a fire hydrant in front of your house, just make sure that you clear that out with all the snow. When the snow plows come, sometimes those get overrun with snow. So if you have one in front of your house, make sure you clear that out so that the firefighters can get to it if needed. Because it is snowing now, a bunch of people got warnings about not having the snow and ice removed from their sidewalk this week. I got a bunch of calls the past couple days about that. So just wanted to give a heads up on that. If snow falls during the day, that needs to be removed within 12 hours of the snowfall. If the snow falls at night, it has to be removed by 6 p.m. the following day. So since we're on the topic of snow, because it appears that we're getting more tonight, Michigan law requires that you walk on the sidewalk if there is a sidewalk. We get a lot of people that want to walk in the street when there's snow. So once again, if you clear the sidewalks, people have the sidewalk to walk on. We get a lot of complaints on Oakland Park about people walking in the street, especially in the morning, because the sun is coming up this way. So if you're coming eastbound, sometimes we can't see the people walking in the street. Just don't want people to get hit. So please walk on the sidewalk. Second to last thing, lock your doors, because it wouldn't be a commission meeting without me telling you to please lock your doors, your car doors, your house, lock the doors. Take that key fob, hit the lock button before you go to bed. Make sure that those doors are locked, because as of right now, we are winning the war on crime. We'd like to keep it that way, and with your help, we can. Last one was third to last thing. Second to last thing is, don't wait to report anything. We had a person come in for a report where they thought that something might have happened 2.5 months ago. They had video of it. The video is now gone because the DVR only holds so much. If you think you have a problem, don't think that you are bothering us. That is why we are here. That is why the officers show up, is to help people. Come on in, talk to us. We'll see what we can do for you. Because when that gets deleted out of DVRs, we lose evidence. It makes our job a lot harder. So don't think that you're bothering us whatsoever. Please stop by. Say, I got a problem going on. Can you help me out? And we will do our best to do that. It's in everybody's best interest. And the last thing was, I wanted to briefly recognize Officer Baroki. I'll have to show him the replay on YouTube. But on December 1st, Royal Oak had a road rage incident where people got out of the car, someone was stabbed, and Royal Oak Police put that out. And Officer Baroki actually wound up catching that person coming through Pleasant Ridge. Wow. So just wanted to say nice job to Officer Baroki, and we appreciate his service. And that's all I have. If anyone has any questions, I'm here to answer anything that I can.
I think we're good.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
What a guy.
All right. Consideration of the consent agenda. I don't see anything of big note there. May we have a motion?
Mayor, I move that the consent agenda be approved.
Second?
Second.
Do we have a vote?
Commissioner Perry?
Yes.
Commissioner Budnick?
Yes.
Commissioner Lenko?
Yes.
Commissioner Schmier?
Yes.
Mayor Scott?
Yes, the motion carries. And now on to Commissioner Liaison. I can't say that word today. Liaison appointments. We need a motion.
Mayor, I move the appointment of Commissioner Chris Budnick to liaison to the Pleasant Ridge Recreation Commission, the appointment of Commissioner Alex Lanko, do I need to say first names, as liaison to the Pleasant Ridge Planning Commission Downtown Development Authority, the appointment of Commissioner Schmier as the liaison to the Pleasant Ridge Historical Commission, the appointment of Mayor Scott as the liaison of the Ferndale Public Schools Superintendent Advisory Committee, the appointment of Commissioner Perry as the City Commission member of the Pleasant Ridge Arts Council, and the appointment of Commissioner Budnick as the Pleasant Ridge Deputy Mayor, all terms to expire December 31st, 2027.
Second?
Any thoughts or comments? All right, let's have a vote.
Commissioner Schmier,
Yes.
Commissioner Lenko,
Yes.
Commissioner Budnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Perry,
Yes.
Mayor Scott.
Yes, the
like-
motion carries. All right, we'll move on to the very boring topic of short-term rental ordinances. I imagine no one has anything to say.
So in the packet are two ordinances which were developed after our last workshop meeting. So no, there's no request for action tonight. We were just presenting these as a follow-up to that previous discussion for your review. The first ordinance is a licensing and operating standards ordinance. That would be a general code of ordinance, which establishes guidelines for how short-term rentals are licensed, what kind of operating requirements they have to meet. The licenses will be granted by the city commission. Their operational requirements would include things like a maximum of 2 adults per bedroom with total overnight occupancy of 8 people, strictly enforced quiet hours from 8 p.m. to 7 a.m., no fireworks, open burning, fire pits, subletting commercial events at short-term rental properties, and that a owner or designated agent be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to respond to any issue or complaint within 1 hour. There are enforcement penalties, beginning with civil infractions, escalating to a misdemeanor for third repeat offenses. One thing we could do would be to change that third misdemeanor offense to a $1,000 civil infraction. There's some differences in terms of what those mean under the law for how that penalty is enforced. Greg can tell you more about that, but basically a misdemeanor ticket would go to the district court and would have to be processed and adjudicated through the district court, being a misdemeanor criminal offense rather than a civil infraction. The zoning ordinance establishes density limitations and the number of short-term rentals which may be present in the city. The permitted locations would be single-family residential and two-family residential districts. To prevent clustering, the ordinance establishes a few layers of density control, a citywide cap of a maximum of 12 licenses in the entire city at any one time, a block cap of no more than 1 license being issued for any portion of a street between 2 other cross streets, and then an ownership cap. No person or any entity can hold an interest in more than 2 short-term rental units. There are some provisions in here as well for enforcement, and also transitioning existing operators. People currently operating a short-term rental would have a 90-day window following the effective date to apply for a license. And existing units that would be within that window would have some protections from the density limitations. The biggest question in all of this, whether we license and limit, or some other approach, the biggest question and challenge is enforcement, because this is, by and large, from an administrative standpoint, a slippery subject, just in terms of where they're advertised, how people operate them. We know from trying to license long-term rentals that 10% of the rentals create 90% of the work, just in terms of denying that it's a long-term rental or other reasons that people try to avoid regulation. So one of the things under, I think, either scenario, whether it's a ban or a license and limit approach, would be we would need some tools. I've been looking into some options for us. Probably the best one I found is offered by Granicus. Granicus does municipal websites, they have municipal records keeping management software that we don't need, but many larger cities with more departments and more things going on use that to prepare their agendas, to track applications as they go through the process. So they've been a municipal technology consultant for quite some time. They have host compliance services for short-term rentals. They go out and crawl all of the short-term rental listing sites. They identify anything that's listed. People with short-term rentals will play games. Sometimes they'll list it and then take it down, and it disappears. So if you're just looking at any one time manually, you can miss sites that have been listed or are listed for brief periods of time. And then Granicus also has enforcement and permitting modules as well that would greatly help with the administrative burden. So that is probably $5,000 to $8,000 a year. So it's not a huge cost, but it's definitely a cost. If we were to license and limit, we could roll those into application fees to make sure that this issue is paying for itself. If we prohibit, then there is no revenue stream. We would just have to eat that cost. But we would need tools like that in order to at least identify anything that's being listed out there, because there's 3 of us.
Right.
Can't know everything that's happening all the time. So City Attorney Greg Need is here as well. He wrote the ordinances. That's just the brief overview. There's certainly a lot more in there. So I know that you have comments and questions. When we get to the public, I would just add that when we get to the public comment portion of this, I do have 2 written comments that I'll read into the record at that time.
Okay.
So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions or turn it over to you for discussion or any questions for City Attorney Need.
Would you like to start with the folks that are here, or why don't we do that? If you have any comments about short-term rentals.
Okay, I can go. I'm actually here for people who have a flight at 7 a.m.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Susie Sherman Hall, 63 Maywood, but I'm speaking for Nita Firestone and Jane Bailey at 2 Cambridge. Their questions are, comment is they feel the city oversight program should be funded by the short-term rental folks' licensing fees, and they wondered, I think she feels it wasn't addressed in that. And then they feel that there should be higher penalties for repeat offenders.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Yes.
Tom Wilkinson, 130 Maplefield. Excuse me. I think the regulations as written, I thought were really good, very thorough. I think they addressed all the concerns I had. I feel like a bit of a hypocrite, like a lot of people. I would prefer we had no short-term rentals, but then since we stay in short-term rentals when we travel, I feel kind of bad about that. The only 2 suggestions I had, and they're really fly spec. One would be, especially if someone is going to be crawling the listings, to make sure that these are listed and advertised only for residents. In other words, that people aren't advertising them as an event space or a wedding venue or whatever. I mean, I know that's probably an exaggeration, but I think just to make sure that it's very clear this is a residence. And then the only other thing, based on spending way too many nights in hotels, would be to require a placard or something that listed the quiet hours, the parking restrictions, contact numbers for both the person on call and emergency and non-emergency for the police, just so that, and whatever other restrictions, just so people can't claim they didn't know. I know most people are pretty good. They put it in a notebook, but it's on the back of the door or whatever. I think it could just make it a lot easier. And if something does happen, they don't have to wonder, who do I call, so. Otherwise, I thought, it was very well done. So thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Were there any other comments?
Okay.
All right.
Shall I read them in now?
Yes, please.
This was sent via email earlier today. We had this in advance, so we provided copies of this to the City Commission, but the comment is from David Weinberg at 9 Wellesley. I am 100% against any short-term rentals. This will erode property values and make our neighborhoods less safe. There's no need for this. Just greed of owners who buy Pleasant Ridge houses for profit. This helps no one. I purchased a house in Pleasant Ridge for the small town feel. It is great to know most of my neighbors. Who would want to raise a family or live next to an Airbnb? There are a few existing Airbnbs, and I've heard nothing but complaints from their neighbors. Thank you for your time. I hope you can share my concerns. The other comment was from a woman who is in attendance here, but given where this fell on the agenda, didn't feel she could stay, so she wrote out a comment. This is from Susan Prost at 131 Elm Park. I'm opposed to short-term rentals. I have experience 2 years with an Airbnb next door to a duplex in Royal Oak. This will ruin family neighborhoods, not knowing who your neighbor is from week to week. The owners of that duplex had 64 Airbnbs 2 years ago. I wish I could have presented in person, but couldn't.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other thoughts or comments for the evening?
I will comment, sorry.
I was gonna say, I just have two, just to, you go first.
Are you sure? Okay. I was just going to say, number one, thank you, both of you, very much for putting this together. And thank you, Jim. I showed up at his office today with some last-minute questions, so thank you for the clarification. I think for me, you know, this is still something that I would like to consider more and to research more, but I do agree with what Tom said about having that posted. And when I was talking to Jim earlier, the comment was, is there any way to regulate against parties? Obviously, that is a hard thing. Party, what is a party? But I do wonder about using the word event space as, you know, a possible inclusion into the exclusions list. I did have a couple other things, although I don't know if I need to go into them at this point, but I think this is a good start, and I really appreciate the work that went into it.
Thanks. Yeah, Kirsten, just two things for the minutes, and for Greg, but like on Katie's point on definitions, previous discussions and at the workshop, we spent a lot of time like talking about permanent short-term rentals versus ad hoc short-term rentals, and that really isn't captured in this version. So the way it's written would limit to 12 houses in the neighborhood. Like it doesn't differentiate between like a business or somebody one time in their life renting their house through Airbnb. Definition. And then the other one is and I like Jim's point on the $1,000 versus misdemeanor. And misdemeanor is pretty significant, like as far as like a penalty for the homeowner. But for somebody who makes a false claim, that I think that penalty could be beefed up to kind of mirror the homeowner too. So like, I don't know, calling, giving false police reports seems like an actual crime.
What was the number? 100 or 250? Hold on.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was like nerfed compared to what the homeowner or the Airbnb owner or the homeowner who's doing a rental one time in their life. Those penalties seem to be a lot steeper than for people who are calling in bogus complaints. So my point is that like they should kind of mirror each other, and maybe add misdemeanor if like calling a handful of. Might be something.
100 for first offense, 250 for second offense for calling in, and 500 for a third or subsequent offense within 1 calendar year.
Yeah, and so like a misdemeanor is it's a criminal charge. Like that would go on like a criminal record if you go to like get a job or buy a gun or something like that shows up. Like if the stakes are that high for a person who's the stakes should be this high for somebody. Here.
Although the first offense for an Airbnb is 250, so it's not. So it's 100 versus 250 is the comparison.
Right, but that last step is really steep.
Yeah.
And if we're gonna swing for the fences and give high penalty here, we should also give high penalty there. That's it. The definition and the other one.
Any thoughts?
I do. Yeah. My wife accuses me of being a processor. It takes me a long time sometimes to take in information, digest, and then come up with where I'm at. So I've thought about this quite a bit. And it's new. The Airbnb thing in residential communities is still in its infancy. This is we're kind of embarking on a new type of thing. So if this sounds clunky, I think that's part of the reason. I think the community has spoken pretty clearly and consistently. Since I've been here, I've encountered many topics. There's only been one that's created a stronger, more uniform feedback, and that was the water infrastructure, which was a hefty undertaking and still is. It's come with a huge price tag. So I'm known as the commissioner that nobody knows, and people are finding me. So just to give you an idea of what's going on.
It's big.
Yeah, well, it's definitely circulating. So dozens of residents I've personally spoken to have reached out, and their perspective have been overwhelmingly consistent that short-term rentals do not align with what the community wants or what they value. We're a small, tight-knit community. People choose PR for stability, predictability, neighborhood character, all those things we love, and I don't see how short-term rentals fit within that value system. Regulating short-term rentals is an operational burden with very little return. It's onerous on our staff, and we've just begun to figure out what the implications are of these things. Even the most modest regulatory framework requires significant staff time of our small but mighty staff of 3. Monitoring enforcement, as Jim alluded to, complaint response, legal oversight, and administrative bandwidth. So for a city of our size, it's a real burden. If we had strong, overwhelmingly encouraging community support and a clear upside, perhaps it might be worth it. But in this case, I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze. And so I'm alluding to the fact of what Commissioner Schmier said. I would like to examine this further, and I do have a couple more comments, but just in that vein, that's where I'm going. The benefits of allowing short-term rentals are of not allowing them, I think, are a little more substantial. It's maintaining a potential ban on them would strengthen the foundation of our neighborhoods. Those benefits include, but are not limited to, long-term residential stability rather than constant turnover of transient guests, noise, traffic, all the things we've talked about. Most importantly, maybe the neighborhood character is one of the reasons people come here. It's why they buy a house here, why they put down roots here, raise a family. So short-term rentals are, in my opinion, fundamentally at odds with who we are. Pleasant Ridge is by design a residential community. We value knowing neighbors. I could tell you every neighbor on my street, first and last name. No problem. That's who we are. A permanent cycle of temporary visitors with no ties to the community, no investment in the city, and no long-term relationship with the neighborhood runs counter to that very identity. And look, there's a plus that for folks that have an Airbnb or would like to run something like that, you still retain some flexibility. You can rent your own. You can rent it on a long-term basis like others in the city do. So what I'm curious about is I found some other communities that have banned them. I want to just examine that. Grosse Pointe Woods has done it, and that goes into effect January 1. I believe Dearborn Heights has done it. I just would like to explore more, and this to be an exploratory thing. I don't think we need to be hasty. I think we really need to boil this thing down, and I think that's it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Commissioner Perry.
Thank you. I'd really fall where Commissioner Budnick is. I mean, I think we are zoned residential. I think people choose this community because it is a community, and we're very strong with we have a recreation committee, a recreation department that is and so many other things that the city staff actually does, and the police department and everyone, of coming together to be good neighbors and to be, to really participate. I'm about to ask everybody to come to the neighborhood Noel on the
Wednesday the 17th.
The 17th. But also then ask for volunteers to donate cookies and hot chocolate. I mean, when you have short-term rentals in the community, that chips away at the fiber of sort of the community that, people have built over decades here. We have it's not goofy, it's wonderful, like greens workshops with with the garden club. We have, house and garden tours and, garage sale days. And those things are something that are so significantly wonderful because, the auction and everything, because these are people in the community who have a vested interest, who really care. And they, I don't want to pick 12 people, 12 houses, that we have like a circumference around them that are impacted by a short-term rental. And some of the short-term rentals, we don't hear anything about, and that's great. But people who are coming into those, they're not always going to be on their best behavior. I mean, I know that's, a lot of times it's a gathering of friends and whatever. And, friends can be loud and raucous. They don't have a vested interest in our community. And I think that there is just there's a delicate, there's a respect that it's like just having for our neighbors that, this is a residential community. And I think that gets into a business, to a business policy that is not as, that does not align with sort of what we have tried to work to create. And that is all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor, real quick.
Yeah, sure.
I'd be remiss if I didn't say, I think what Jim and Attorney Need did crafted.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of work and efforting, and definitely appreciate that. And I think it's a great place to be, depending on what we do with this. But I think that definitely needs to be recognized.
Yes, and I agree. And it was one of those things that I think that's what pushed me harder, was when I'm sitting there and looking at all of the different, all of those important points that you guys put together. It's just like, that's going to have an impact on other people around them. And, it could be next door to me next, it could be anywhere. So, yeah, I just think about the impact that that has. So, but thank you. And, yeah, so just, it takes a minute to sort of think these things through and stuff too. Because this is a new, it's a new model. Okay, sorry.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, I have thought a lot about this as well. I don't feel as strongly about the elimination of short-term rentals because I've been in communities and I've spoken to other mayors that have them and they work, and I've spoken to mayors that have had them and they've been horrible. And I've seen ordinances written for and against and sort of in the middle to try to regulate it in some fashion, and it's a difficult thing because for a lot of communities it is a new thing. We are unusual in that we are so small that we don't have a code enforcement office. So the notion of regulating some or none still requires work. None still requires a regulatory effort. We've had these conversations in the city commission about other things where people have come in and asked for 0 of something. And it's a difficult conversation to have, one way or the other. So there is probably some more work that we need to do. I agree with Commissioner Budnick that we could probably look at some other communities to see what the best path is. I also, and I've said this here before, I can think of instances, how many movies have been written about high school students having a party? And how do we regulate the absence of a party and then allow residents to have a party for their kids, but non-residents to not have a party? So there are these things that just feel a little strange to regulate, because I know that our neighbors will want to have parties for their high school graduating kids that could have 100 kids. If you've got a big yard, you might have 100 kids in your yard. So these are things that we have to really think through. The only thing I'm left uncomfortable with this evening is I would like to give our city manager a next step. So if there's something we would like to do so that we move the story forward one way or the other, that would be great. So I do think we have some homework, but maybe you have some thoughts on what those, and sorry. Yes, please.
From what I hear, I understand the commission would like us to explore an outright ban possibly and how that might work. There's another option, and I think we outlined it before, and I'm not familiar with the ordinances that Commissioner Budnick referenced, and you're absolutely right. This whole topic is in its infancy. Lawyers like to see, published court decisions that say thou shalt do this or thou cannot do that. Just isn't there. It's there to a limited extent, but not very many. So it's a very, very new area. Another option, and some communities have done this though, is to prohibit short-term rentals in residential zoning districts on the theory that they are a commercial use of property and that they belong in commercial zones. That mitigates some of the, not entirely, but that mitigates some of the issues that I think some of the commissioners are wrestling with. But from what I understand, perhaps what we should do, the city manager and myself, is to report back to the commission with exploration of other options, look at ordinances in other communities, and then revisit this topic after we've had a chance to give you some more information. Is that a fair statement?
That's where my head is at.
Yeah.
Mayor,
Yes, please.
and we had talked about maybe weaving this in with DDA's conversation with accessory dwelling units and giving DDA, I guess, a voice in this process as well.
Right. So the Planning Commission is working on accessory dwelling unit standards, implementing the master plan, that recommendation. The important thing is that we can move forward with the accessory dwelling unit conversation with the Planning Commission with the understanding that for the time being, at least, we would just have to ban or not allow accessory dwelling units, excuse me, to be used as short-term rentals. And then depending on the outcome of this discussion, we could always go back and make adjustments if necessary or warranted or desired. If these two things were going to be proceeding, we should probably at some point reconcile the two of them together. And the City Commission is leading this effort, the Planning Commission is leading the accessory dwelling unit effort. So if this is going to be, moving more slowly, we can talk with the Planning Commission in January about moving forward on a separate track with accessory dwelling units,
Okay, thank
I think.
Does that make sense?
Yep,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for the kind words, too.
Are we okay then with doing some more homework and?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'll continue. I mean, I started after kind of some new conversations today that happened. I did start doing a kind of different type of research, and it does seem like Dearborn Heights and also, to your point, Grosse Pointe Woods, it all is actually happening within the last couple months. So I too will kind of go back and see. And my only last comment would be that I'm also curious, it seems a slightly different conversation, maybe I'm wrong, but bigger city versus kind of smaller cities. So I'm curious too, looking at kind of smaller cities like Pleasant Ridge that do not have the same commercial districts as, say, a larger city or Royal Oak, or, places have these larger, we have.
Or a Benton Harbor that can be a vacation community where
Right.
you would want them.
Right. And we
Because
have.
your waterfront property and that you're not there all year round, and it might be a different answer than
And-
a community that is.
That's essentially, we're single-family zoned. I mean, I do know, to your point, that a lot of communities said commercial or multi-family zones. For us, that would be Woodward and half of Woodward Heights, which to me doesn't seem like a great option. So we don't have maybe the same flexibility as some of the larger cities. So I too will continue to do research because I think some of this is new and look at maybe similar cities too, similar sized cities or.
And also the risk too, as people are doing their own research or like reading, like we just did our budget presentation. People have a fresh picture of what the numbers are, and then look at what litigation costs, and they are just a couple months old, and maybe maybe lawsuits are.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good point.
I don't want to say the sky is falling. We have no idea because this is uncharted territory. But part of our job as commissioners and mayor, is to, we just did the swear in, we're trying to protect the city, But
I think we're protecting the city on both sides.
Well, I'm saying the city as a body, as a corpus. You're talking about individual, right? People not in my backyard, and I get that too because I wouldn't want one next to my house, but
There you go.
I stay in them, and I appreciate Tom's pointing out the hypocrisy. It's an interesting conundrum, and if we lock in the ones that are locked in right now, that doesn't change anything for the people who are currently having trouble with it, right? So, so that's the thing. Like, yeah, I appreciate that. Tap the brakes. Like, let's consider this thing. And yeah, I was going back to my point. Like, we know what our money is. Like, look at what some of these lawsuits, like the ones that hit the Supreme Court, like how much in litigation does it cost to get to the Supreme Court? And just Pleasant Ridge with, and like pulling $4 million a year in taxes, like, I don't know, like lawyer bills are big. So
Balance the risk. I mean, we need
yeah,
to consider
like
the
we
risk.
have to consider a lot of things. So this is the one thing. I don't want to sound cruel or unkind, but like, yeah.
No, that's a good point.
I suspect that there is also a seasonal aspect to this. Like if we said May through August or May through July, because we know that's graduation season, or there's some aspect where there are probably more problems, and I ask Airbnb this question directly, there are probably more problems at certain times of years, Christmas. I'm starting to sound like $25,000 pyramid when I do this, but but there's certain seasons that we know are just more likely to be problematic because of the presence of partying and all of that. And I'd be curious to know if any of the ordinances that have been written around might try to address the seasonality of the problem. I don't even know if our own data says that it's seasonal. It's coming to mind.
I'll check. I've not seen that, but not to say that
It's so
not
new.
under
It might,
summer.
yeah.
I mean, enforcement is one of the issues, I know. And it's like, I guess I'd rather have the enforcement issue to really shut it down versus the enforcement issue of, okay, well, how many adults are in the house and how many, and what time was that? Did that noise happen? But I do think as a commission, like, it's like keeping the culture of the community that people have invested in is sort of what I see this being a very important, it's like, and that's why I think it's okay to take a minute, but it's like, it's a very important consideration.
Any other thoughts? Do you have enough?
I think as
I can, yeah,
Please-
let me know what you think. I move that we refer the matter of short-term rentals to the city attorney and city manager for further review, and that we table any action until that review is complete.
I would just say postpone,
Sure.
just as a point of order.
Postpone.
Yes.
Got it.
Second.
Okay. I think we need a vote.
You have a motion, so yes.
We need a vote.
Commissioner
Second.
Budnick?
Yeah.
Yes.
Commissioner Perry?
Yes.
Or should- yeah.
Sorry. Commissioner Lenko?
What- yeah. Sure, yep.
Commissioner Schmier?
Yes.
Mayor Scott?
Yes, the motion carries. Okay, folks, more to come. All right. Oop, I lost my place.
Fencing.
Fencing.
Yes. If you've driven by 26 Cambridge lately, calling you out specifically, you'll know why we're doing this ordinance. So we've long required security fencing with screening on construction sites. Never has it been such an issue getting somebody to do a reasonable job of meeting that until now. So we don't have any specific standards. We've done it as part of our building permit process. There are some state laws and building permit issuance things that we could stand on, but when it came time to actually ticket them, which we did, for the state of their construction fencing, it'd be better if we had an actual explicit ordinance that addressed the matter. So, as is usually the case, ordinances are a response to something that's happened. And in this case, it's 26 Cambridge. The ordinance requires a chain link fence not less than 6 feet in height around any before beginning any excavation or construction. The fence area shall contain all active work areas, but shall not be located closer than 1 foot to a city sidewalk and shall be located inside of all lot lines. Barriers of equal or greater strength can be used if approved in writing by the building official. To mitigate dust, noise, and visual blight, the fencing shall be fully screened with an opaque fabric mesh, green or black, always maintained in good repair during construction. Access gates must be able to be secured in a closed, rigid position. The gates shall be locked when active construction is not occurring Gates opening outward shall not obstruct the city sidewalk when fully extended, as determined by the building official. And then fencing shall remain in place until the site is graded and stabilized. So if you're doing a renovation on your house, if you're not opening the ground or creating, something, you don't need to fence the site. This is when you're excavating, building a basement, doing a foundation, some kind of major addition to the house that requires securing the perimeter. So that's the proposed amendment. The requested action is to schedule a public hearing for this ordinance for the January meeting. And I would be happy to answer any questions you have.
Mayor, I move the public hearing be established for Tuesday, January 13th, 2026 at 7:30 PM to solicit public comments on the proposed construction site fencing ordinance amendments.
Second.
May we have a vote?
Commissioner-
Any comments before we vote?
It's a
What
good
address
idea.
was it again?
Thank you. Sorry.
Sorry.
He's funny.
Yes.
Commissioner Perry?
Yes.
Commissioner Lenko?
Yep.
Commissioner Budnick?
Yes.
Commissioner Schmier?
Yes.
Mayor Scott?
Yes, the motion carries. On to the city manager's report, the last one for the year.
Yes. That's weird.
Isn't that weird? How'd that happen?
How did that
It's
happen?
August, isn't it August?
Time flies.
Closer to 2030 than 2020.
Ugh,
Okay,
deep.
let's go.
City manager report, yeah, leaves, okay, it was great until it wasn't. Salt delivery was a great plan until it wasn't. So, yes, salt delivery has been delayed till next week because of ice storms and snowstorms and everything else. Obviously, Brylar needs that truck and that crew to push snow and do all the maintenance, so we'll get those delivered.
And if you sat your buckets out, please bring them in until next week.
Yes,
Next Tuesday.
yes.
Yes.
And again, the reason we do it on Tuesday is last year we did it on a Monday, which is also trash day. Some of the buckets were taken by trash, by the garbage pickup, so that's why we're starting on Tuesday.
Perfect.
They became recycling.
Yes, exactly. Other than that, I don't have anything, unless you have any questions about anything happening around town.
Leaf pickup did go really well
It
for
was
a long time.
really smooth.
And then snow and the last leaf drop.
Yes.
But they still,
Yeah.
I mean, I watched them on Wellesley,
Yeah.
like scraping up the.
They
Right,
did a
yeah.
beautiful
Snowy-
job on Devonshire too.
Yeah, Brylar, they stepped up. It was tough.
Yeah.
That was a tough job. And I mean, if you drive around in our neighboring communities that have leaf pickup, we're pretty much done at this point. I mean, yeah, there's still some leaves out there that we can't get, and it's not perfect, but we got the majority out of the way. And it was a really
Michigan's
big
tough.
lift. Yeah, it was a big lift. And so yeah, Brylar really did a great job with it. I have to give them
That's
kudos
great.
for that.
I appreciate George's comment. He has unique insight from being in this spot for however many years. I think that's helpful, and it was really great until it wasn't.
The best ever.
It was. And by the way, they did rectify. They fixed the glitch. They essentially fixed it. Afterwards, I was surprised. I texted the group. I'm like, they're uncovering leaves and like moving
Yeah.
snow. This is crazy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they,
watching them do like
yeah, they
Probably-
worked their butts off.
5 or 10 times time factor to do it
Yep.
compared to just vacuuming. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
we animated everything.
right.
And bags can still be picked up until December 15th, which is
Correct.
potentially a problem because of, the snow that is still on the ground. But my understanding is we could take our bags, right? Can't we always take our bags to them?
Yes, you can always go to the drop-off site
Okay.
at Sakra,
Okay.
up on Coolidge.
Coolidge.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
So
keep it until
that's-
next year or take them yourselves,
Yes.
which is probably what I'll end up doing because my oak tree is holding tight to those leaves.
Yeah, I have one tree that's literally, it takes 80-mile-per-hour winds
Yeah.
and Santa.
Come on, Santa.
I will also just say to anyone listening or here, I have buckets of salt from last year, so if anyone needs salt this weekend, tomorrow, please reach out. I'm sure Anne has salt buckets too, but I have 2 totally full buckets sitting in my garage, so if anyone needs salt, reach out.
Yep. Have we moved on to other business?
We've sort of drifted to other business. Any other
Do you have
business?
anything else? Okay. So other business, there is the neighborhood Noel number 3. It's happening Wednesday, December 17th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. It is up at the Gainsborough Shelter. It is a really fun time. We have some community singer leader folks who have put this groovy thing together. We will have the playground up at Gainsborough Park will be lit for the kids to play on. There will be a lot of snow probably on that playground too. We will have a menorah lighting. We'll have ornament making. We will have, there's a sing-along. We'll have words projected. Live singers. We'll have hot cocoa and cookies, which if anyone would like to donate hot cocoa or cookies, let me know. We'll have the fires blazing, and it will be a really fun night. It has been in the past couple of years. So that is Wednesday, December 17th, 6 o'clock p.m. Starts and it goes to 8 p.m. Then I have one other very important message. Because of all the salt and the snow and all the things is, please, we have a beautifully newly renovated fitness center. Please, it's very important to keep our equipment and the floor and everything like that in good shape. Make sure you bring your gym shoes. Do not wear shoes from the street into the gym. And I know that's a common practice actually
It's
for
like
a lot of gyms.
locking your doors. We just have to keep saying it.
And lock your doors. Yeah, but yeah, so make sure to bring clean tennis shoes up to the fitness center.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful room. We'd like to keep it.
I'd like
It
to
is
keep
so
it that
pretty.
way. Yeah. I'll just wish everybody a really good, relaxing, happy holidays. This will be our last meeting for the year.
Happy holidays.
And however you celebrate this next month, just celebrate it well. Just do it. Just do it up. I'm gonna try. And thanks for everybody for a great year with the City Commission. It's been a good year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Been a
you.
good year.
All right. With that, well, let's adjourn. Anyone want to adjourn?
I move we adjourn.
Second?
Second.
Done. Thanks, everyone.
Good job.